This is our first day here. It's 8:15 Hawaii time. We're waiting to go to the Pearl Harbor tour. This is the beach out in front of our hotel. There's my gorgeous husband. How cold the water is.
Dính luôn á. Dính luôn á. Hey, turn around, look at me. Hey. Turn around, look at me. Say wave. Wave at the camera. Courtney. Let's see how cool all this is.
Oh, look how clear it is out there. short one?
But ladies and gentlemen, we cannot stop in here. The 1st of June 1992 is when the law was passed. People used to get out and walk all over the graves, which was considered very rude. But then nourished by that person, by the dust. And what happens, the flowers will come from there, and you make these leis, which are from a part of your family. And you give them to other people as a friends or family. And those are very special leis. Given. It's one of those really big Polynesian things over here. You see Le'ahi in the distance. Le'ahi is also known as Diamond Head. The dome in the distance is also Stan Sheriff Building. That's where the University of Hawaii is. You'll see right up at the top, see that red roof building way up in almost at the very top there? That's Richard Chamberlain's house. A lot of people say it's that big white house over there. No, sorry. I've been up there once. It's Richard Chamberlain's house. It's just a pain in the okole to get there. So I was there for a dinner party. That's when his new book came out. A friend of mine, he asked to come to the dinner party to Richard Chamberlain's. That's all. And on the 17th of August, 1959, we woke up and found out we were a state. We're the only state not to vote to become a state. Yeah. Congress voted for us, and it was unanimous. So it's because of all the political problems we have here. You know, we didn't want to become a state, but we found out we became a state. So it was all politics, all politics. Underneath that is a statue of Father Damien. Father Damien de Vester was a Catholic priest of the Order of the Sacred Hearts and the Congregation of Sacred Hearts I belong to, and in the district of Kalawa. But after 16 years of ministry, traditionally a doctor or ministers would only spend up to 6 weeks at a time at the leper colony. Then they'd leave because of the fear of the contagion. He spent 16 years and he eventually contracted it himself and succumbed to the disease. Now, notice this statue, it's sort of box-like. Okay, he's got a cape on, he's got his habit on. But what happened is, ladies and gentlemen, found out during our meeting 2 Sundays ago. This, the 6th, I think it was the 6th. But what happened?
Excuse me, sir.
Quit taking pictures of me.
Are you a model?
I'm taking pictures of this stuff.
I am. I'm doing it right now. Remember when he said that was some powers or something? So the statue of their king. This is his palace. It's supposed to be in real gold. Downtown Honolulu. There's our room. James, open up the door so I can see our kitchenette. Our bathroom. James left the door open. James. You left the door open.
You last go through it.
There's 2 hot tubs. From this deck. There's the ocean. Here's the other door. It left us a surprise on the table. Looks like champagne and 2 glasses. James, go open it. Courtney, Todd. Oh, it's to Courtney Todd. Open it. See what it says. Open it and see what it says. Oh.
Sister, there are a couple of little songs you can do
James in the pool beside that man sitting real close to him. What a oh, that's funny. Look, they look like a couple. restaurant in our hotel. You grill your own steaks. James left me. There's a local Hawaiian. Oh wait, that's James. There's a gift shop. There's a gift shop. There's James again. There's a wonderful painting. This is where we're eating breakfast today. Here comes James. He's late. Here's my little sunshine. We're on our tour today.
Mopu means like a little island or a little stack in Hawaii. If you go to the one on the left, the one on the right is just off the Texas seabird estuary. And this is one of the biggest, this is the historic side that when they started building like places to try to recruit people to live in Hawaii, which is funny, offices, this is the first.
This is the valley where they filmed Jurassic Park. There's some cows. There's our tour bus. the log they filmed Jurassic Park by. They filmed Godzilla. Polynesian village.
So this is the village. We'll go there and look around. This is basically how the Polynesians would set up homes. They would have their men sleep in a different hut and the women and children in a different one. This would probably be the craft section of the area. Durable, so before they could weave them together, that's probably where they would do it. Over there is the kitchen, and then all around they plant all the trees that they needed, like the coconut tree, and those are all the cocoonut trees, that big stand in the back, those apple green ones. And then surrounding this is all the how tree that we just saw. And then over there is all their kitchen plants, like there's breadfruit and taro and bananas and all that kind of stuff. So they kind of plant them up like that. And then once we go...
That's the philodendron that you get at home. Yeah, that you get at home. They grow about this big.
There's no life jackets. You guys worried? Can you guys all? It was a sandy beach right here, and from the tip of that mountain to the sandy shore in this mountain range is actually very small compared to the other land divisions. Hence the name Moligi, small.
Lighting the fire for the evening torches. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, put your hands together for our torch lighter, Alvea. As our torches are lit, one by one, we invite you to celebrate with us tradition of old and new Hawaii. For soon the sun will set and commence a beautiful night in our Hawaiian paradise. Family, how about a round of applause for our conch shell blower, Kiko? Welcome to the evening with the main Students Luau, lighting away to our festivities. The Aloha will come forward and officially open our luau celebration. Our royal couple makes their presence known with a chant announcing their arrival. Hikibuno me ke aloha, aloha e, aloha e, aloha e. Our royal couple are attended by two kahili. These feathers insignias were used as symbols of authority and as flags for kings, queens, and chiefs in ancient time. We call Honolulu Kava Kahiko. Our moikane wears a mahiole, a feather helmet along with a ceremonial cape or a haula. He bears an ihe or a spear indicating that he is a warrior, chief of these islands and his people. Their Majesties proclaim, let the celebration begin with the presentation of our Hawaiian steamed pig from its underground oven or eating. As they make their departure, they extend to wish one and all that your visit to Jermaine be filled with fun, feasting, and pleasant memories. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, how about a round of applause for Moikane and Moikane, representing our host country. Welcoming one and all with aloha. Aloha. What you're going to witness is a reversal process that took place early this morning. In ancient Hawaii, the imu was simply a pit in the earth or sand used for cooking purposes. The imu was prepared by heaping stumps of keawe wood, known to use as mesquite logs. Then they placed smooth and porous lava rock and reverbed stones on those logs and lit a great big bonfire. When the rocks are red hot, some of those hot rocks are inserted into the opu, or the cavity of the pig that has been prepared for the occasion. The pig is wrapped in a chicken wire meshing to hold the hot rocks in place as it cooks within. Once all wrapped up, the entire pig is taken to the imu. A pu'a is placed on a bed of vegetation covered up with hali, or blanket of green or foliage. And then the entire imu is sealed with the burlap sacks and the sand that uncovered from the imu. What was created can be described as a giant pressure cooker-like oven. Our imu attendants are now unfastening the chicken wire meshing as you see the shaking the pigs from side to side to loosen those hot stones. This will enable our gentlemen to remove the stones and very bravely with their bare hands. As they shake it from side to side to unloosen those stones. There they go, tossing those stones out of the imu. Some of these rocks are still very, very hot. You can use them to cook in for a couple hours if you have left the imu intact. As they're taking out imu rocks, how you give them a round of applause so far, taking the imu rocks out? I just asked our two gentlemen on the count of 3 to lift up the pig for you. But that word of poo is huki. Everybody say huki. Huki. Huki means to poo. So here we go. Get those cameras ready. Flash is set. Lens cover move. Here we go. E kahi 1. E lua 2. E kola 3. What's the word? Kalua pu'a, a roasted pig. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Our Hawaiian steamed pig. Right from the underground oven. Family, how about a great big hand for our 2 hard-working attendants? Holy cow. How about a hand for the pig?
Doesn't move either way, but yeah. Put the teeth off.
Okay? Right now, I wish I could get all of you up here, but we do have something later. Yeah, our dancer's gonna take them backstage. Have fun. Okay, it's not what you think. It's worse. Now for our dinner procedures. Will all of you take a
I'm a hula. What is the difference between the Maori and the Hawaiian style of dance? Kia ora! Haere mai! From Aotearoa, home of the proud Maori traditional ensemble called the Party. Tahiti one and all, this dance in Yorana. Yorana tato. Tahiti! Yorana! Samoan custom and tradition. An exciting business plan in Tahiti with festivities in your honor. And a celebration of Maori music, culture, dance awaits in Aotearoa, the Isles of New Zealand. Folks, how about giving up a hand for our cast? Let's check all of these beautiful dancers imitate the flight movements of the gold trumpet. The seagull, the message of the gods, that guided our ancestors as they traveled across Tamuanui Akiva. The ancient colonies are named for the great and vast Pacific Ocean. Without sextant or compass, they sailed across the Pacific. Long before the Vikings sailed the Atlantic. They were a courageous, adventurous, seafaring people. Searching for new homelands and new lives, they sailed and settled in the Polynesian Isles of Paradise. The music of Oahu, as she performs this traditional welcome dance to Tahiti.
together. Do you recall our meeting at the campfire place? Ocean, a simple word of greeting was the start of an endless devotion. Like twilight's starlight and songs that are opens to lose. Sounds the eye of magic.
Gods were our universe, and so the hula celebrated every... Welcome to New Zealand, Kia ora.
Why did you want me?
Yes, the shadows fly away now that the sun has come. Erere kotare, kirunga pupara pararu, mariro pesmatente, fly little kingfisher, fly little kingfisher, fly above the storm, fly above the angry winds and rhythm with the
Watches our men use their bodies as instruments to accompany their dance and greetings. They say this dance never fails to impress a special someone and has done wonders for controlling the mosquito population of Samoa. Believe us, it worked. Don't fear, fire will be destroyed as he performs this traditional purification ritual, preparing for the warrior dance, the Nico. He calls upon his warrior ancestors and the deities of his island people to guide him in spirit. The secret of the dance is to maintain a shield of flame. Circle of fire at all times to protect you in battle against the warring trouble. got you speaking in a bit. And since it's such a great audience, if you'd like, he'd be happy and honored to return. But he needs to hear all of you repeat after me the words, on a whole, which
Since they were a gift to the king, he allowed them to roam freely in the islands. Cattle found all the vegetation to be quite good to eat, since remember, most of the plants had lost their defenses against some crazy and drowsy animals. Cattle herd began to eat the vegetation down, and the cattle herd increased in size. By the middle of the 1800s, they had eaten down nearly all of the vegetation in the islands. Most of these forests were denuded. I'd say about 85–90% of what you see now in this particular area is our native species. This is a rare
It's a Buddha. Black swan. They're like, feed me. This is Sunset Beach. Sea turtles. I wish he'd raise his head up. This is our view from the balcony of our room. place right there is where we eat breakfast every morning. There's still a lot more paint to burn up.
Well, we're not going to go back there at all, but we are going to go back to St.